Oh, good Lord. Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy, Marquise Terrell. Hey, Mystical, how you doing? I'm doing good. Same shit, another day. Lunch was great, and I just had the same thing for dinner. My mom made, well, I made pork chops on the barbecue, and my mom made potato salad and squash. It was good. Glad you're doing awesome. Mystical, do you do like email readings and all of that too? I never really looked at your bio or anything like that. Oh, you do? Okay, cool. I also do readings on Instagram too. I'm actually doing one right now as we speak. But yeah, I'm waiting for the person to send her questions. So if I start shuffling, I'm reading for somebody. But yeah, it's nice seeing you every morning because then when I get up in the morning, at least I got someone to go hang out with in the morning because normally no one's around in the morning. And then when I'm there in the morning, you're about to go sleep. I find it absolutely crazy how that actually happens in the world. Like one person's going to sleep, the other person's getting up. It's insane. But it's a crazy world. But those type of things always fascinate me. How we all live in different time zones and how everything you're already you're already into Monday already. You've already started your week. Meanwhile, we're just winding down, finishing the day. It's so crazy. But I like the fact that it actually is that way. It just shows you how the world is just a really, you know, crazy place. But it's nice to see the different time zones. Yeah, see, you're already at lunchtime, and it's 10:50 p.m. here. I'm ready to go night night, and you're already ready to go your day, ready to have lunch. But yeah, my lunch with my parents were good. All right, let me answer these questions for this person real quick. That's weird. Okay. Hey Maria, how you doing? I'm doing good. I'm just doing a reading right now on Instagram, and I'll be back. I'll be I'm here. I'm just gotta answer a few questions for someone. But I hope you're doing good. I'm good. Mm, fucking- Sometimes I don't know. Yeah, same here. I went to lunch with with my parents. It was nice. Hey, Lucky, you good? I hate when my phone does that, like all loud and shit. Fucking annoying. No problem, Lucky. I'll make sure that I talk to him tomorrow for sure. I appreciate it. Oh boy. Sometimes, um, let me keep quiet for now. Oh my god, I can't stand when my phone does that. It's so fucking annoying. I don't know why it even does that. Okay, let me just come back out and go back in. Let me see if it works. Just give me a second, Maria. I'm just finishing up a reading on Instagram for somebody. Okay, cool. I can't stand this stupid fucking thing. Leave it all fucking loud like that. It's so annoying. Alright, now it's a little better, I think. Oh, good lord. Da, 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 da. Good lord, good lord, good lord. Good lord, good lord, good lord. Brother Dan, how are you this lovely Sunday? That's good, Dan. Some of those people in there, I swear they don't have no brain sometimes, man. Fucking hell. It's like people. That's why I don't like when people like you know. It's like when you do free shit, like people think they're obligated to get whatever they want because it's free. Like chill the fuck out, like That's why I told the person, like I'm sure she saw it. You posted it like 10 fucking times. Of course you saw it. And if the more you post, the less you're gonna get because you're being annoying. You know? Thanks, Lucky. They sometimes give me a like, only if they like me. Otherwise, it could be, some spies with eyes. It could be. No problem, Mystical. Whenever you're ready, you know. And if you don't, I still like you. Or I'll just remember that tomorrow morning when I'm drinking my coffee, I'll be like, maybe not. I'll have another sip. All right, I ain't seeing nothing. I don't know. Should I like the video? Yeah, yeah, I guess. I'll see what happens. I wish this stupid thing didn't make so much damn noise. Everybody's got jokes lately. But see, I'm not allowed to joke because then my jokes offend people, you know? It's not easy, man. Good, Lucky. Don't let everybody know that, we were talking because some people might get, a little jealous or get kind of, in their feelings. Yeah, no problem. Lucky is all good. All right, sweetheart. All right. Yeah, one thing I always tell people is to use holy water every day to bless yourself. Because that right there, what do you do when you go into a church, right? They have the holy water there. And you bless yourself as you come into, God's house, right? So you should do it at home too, because God's in your house too, right? God is everywhere. God is everything. So, but certain people probably don't believe that, but I do. That's why I always tell, you know, everyone it's good to use holy water every day to bless themselves, to keep them protected, those type of things. I always suggest that to everyone. But it's only if you believe, Some people don't believe. Some people don't use holy water. Some religions don't use holy water and stuff. So, and you don't have to like really be in a religion to use holy water. It's just a form of protection. Oh, good Lord. Lord Jesus, please help me. Hi, it's Marley. Marley's here. Holy shit. Marley's here. Marley's here. Marley's here. All right. Okay. Marley's here. Yeah, the Marky Choir. All right. So looks like I'm finished with the reading I was doing on Instagram. First of all, I wish everyone healing because we all need a ton of it. Okay. All right, Maria, my pain in the ass. Yeah, I can sing sometimes. I don't sing in the shower though. Yeah, somebody might be thinking something funky's going on in there. Marty be having those moments. Okay, Lucky. Someone asked in Marley's room, "Is their next love partner coming from another state?" And I wanted to answer that question very badly, but thank God I didn't. The amount of questions I hear people ask is the most hilarious shit in the world. Will my next lover that I get involved with be from another state? Who the fuck asks that? Well, there's 50 states last I checked. So you have 49 chances that that can happen. But unfortunately, the tarot doesn't tell you Massachusetts, Georgia, Texas, Colorado, uh, New York. I honestly don't know if people really have a brain and it works. Hey, Gala. Who the fuck asks those type of questions? Who fucking cares what state he comes from? My cards. Okay, hold on a second. I have to ask 49 times. Okay? So the best thing for me to do is every night you come in here for the next 49 days, think of a state until we get it. Okay? So tomorrow you come in here, you ask New York. The next day you ask, Boston, and then Atlanta and Philadelphia. We'll just go through the whole 49 states because the states you're in, they're not from there. So what you think? You think that's a good idea? If anybody dares ask me that question in here, I would do that. I honestly would answer it that way. Because I got rid of a woman on here for asking me what what state is she going to retire in. That's what she asked me, and I deleted her. Because I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You're not asking me no stupid ass questions. You think tarot cards have a fucking geographical map on it? Oh, I got the world, but that's what the world card is for. Okay, well, I pulled the world card and it says that you're gonna retire in the world. That's the only thing I could tell you. You're gonna retire in the world because the other cards don't tell me places. Oh, good lord, man! I tell you, man. I think people just think of a question and just say, "Let me just ask this stupid ass question." It's a yes or no free question. Let me ask. I swear, one day when I become a spirit and I'm in a chat room and somebody asks a question, I'm gonna answer it in the stupidest way I can, just to make sure that person makes sure they never ask again. Oh, Jesus, help me! Now I gotta find Maria's question and answer this paragraph. Okay, yes, it is a paragraph on a Sunday too. All right, let me read what Maria said, guys, because I got to deal with this novella saga, Young and the Restless over here. All right. So what you're trying to say, it's 11:11 here. You guys can have my wish. I already wish for too many things. I asked for the trash to take out itself, and it does. So I got my wish. Well, Maria, your senses are telling you that you're right. See, because it gets confirmed, right? Hey, Lisa, how you doing? Lisa, you can ask your question next when you're ready. Okay, I'm just taking care of Maria, and then you're next. All right, let me check what's going on now. All right, let's see. Well, he doesn't think anything bad of that situation, Maria. He doesn't think anything bad of it. He still thinks that you're a good influence, even though he thinks that you're a good influence, even though like you might scare him sometimes because you're right about things. But that's a good thing, though, you know. What he really likes, you get this card a lot, which is the Temperance, and that's a woman who has like patience. You don't have patience with me though, but you have patience with Walter, and you bring together when you guys are together, you bring together like a perfect thing, like a perfect union between the both of you. You're able to manage, dealing with him, adjust to dealing with him, being successful, being around him. Yeah, I do see him still mad at BM, baby mom. But overall, you got the Sun card, which means that he's very happy talking to you. He knows you're very devoted. He wants to be the same way. He has a lot of satisfaction between you guys. Everything seems sincere, and it just means that he's very happy to be with you. But in between you and him, he has this crazy hoe, baby mama, that aggravates him, which I got the Queen of Swords reversed here. So that's her. But otherwise, that he's happy with you and happy that you sometimes are psychic on Sundays. So that's good. Yeah, nothing bad. Yeah. Shit. That's what I get for talking shit. I always used to diss people who drop their cards on the ground. There was this one reader. I used to watch her like every other day, and she used to like shuffle the cards all aggressively, and they used to fall all over the floor. And she used to read all of them too. I thought it was the funniest shit ever. It was like her way, and she kept bending down to get the cards like every time. And I was like, wow, you might just sit on the floor. I wonder if they ever rewatch their videos and say, I kind of look like, that I should shuffle a little less aggressive. Hello, Maria. Yeah, that's a good thing. Let me see something here. Yeah, that's a good thing though. But he didn't mean it in a bad way. Yeah, that's what I'm getting, Maria. That he's not scared by it. He just thought that it's crazy how you guess right. You know. The card I got here is seeing you reminds me of things I know deep down, and that's not always easy to deal with. See that? And that's what the cards are pretty much saying. You know. And the other card I got here is I can still feel you. I can still feel you. So you see how like you were you he said you felt it was scary that you knew what he was doing or whatever. Like he can still feel you doing like feel you like when you're thinking about him and stuff. And then the last card I got here is um our connection still affects me in a good way. So being with you affects him in a way that, he has some things he has to work on, like he always does. But otherwise, that it looks good. Nothing bad. Seems like everything will be okay. Getting the sun card, temperance, that's a good thing. So it looks like you guys have some good times coming up. Yep. All right, Lisa, you said, ask, will my friend get a job on the corrections facility and move back home to New Jersey? You're welcome, Maria. Bessos. Don't tell Walter. Okay, no problem. That's nice of you to ask for your friend. Let's see what we get. So you want to know if she's going to get a job on a corrections facility in New Jersey. So right now she's in Arizona, but you want to know if she gets a job as a at a corrections facility in New Jersey. Will she get that job? Right. But you want to know if she can get a job as a corrections facility at a corrections facility in New Jersey. Well, it's telling me no, actually. It's telling me she won't get a job at this corrections facility in New Jersey. It's telling me no because it's a risk that she's going to take, and she might not want to take the risk doing it. Or this could mean like if she does this, it's going to be a risk to do it. Like she might not make as much money as she will make in Arizona, if that's the case. And it also will be like she might regret it in the long run, you know? Yeah. The thing is, right, is I'll explain the reason why the cards are like this. It could be for two reasons. The reason I just told you, and the other reason is, has she applied for a job? You know, has she applied for a job in New Jersey at this corrections facility? Because if she hasn't even applied, then the cards are saying no, because she might not even apply for it yet. Because the only way sometimes cards can answer a question is if you've already put in like the effort to try and get the job, or actually put in, your paperwork to apply for it. Yeah, that's probably why I'm getting what I'm getting. Yeah. But as of right now, it's saying no because it might be a risk that she's going to take, and it might not be a good risk for her to do it. Let me look further ahead to see if it's like going to happen in the near future. Let me check. Because I'm sure there's like, yeah, I understand all of that, yeah. But hold on a sec. Like, there's obviously more than one corrections facility in New Jersey, right? But the one she applied for might not be the one that she gets. So let's just check that. Let's just check for a minute. Let me just ask a few things and see if what happens. Okay, cool. That's better. Yeah. If I can ask about a certain one, that'll be better. Because when you say a corrections facility, it could be many, right? Now that we have pinpointed what it is, then that's probably better. So yeah, that's good. See, Lisa's smart. Not like these other people who ask if their next lover's gonna be in 49 other states. Now, I got a better answer for that. So, I would say she has a good chance of getting this job. Yes. When? It could be from now until the end of the year, right? So from now until the end of the year, she can get this job, but she has to put in the effort. Like, she has to, like, make sure she knows exactly what she has to do, which I'm sure she does, right? And this place might be a little rougher than the place that she's in now. So I'm sure she probably knows that, but if she doesn't know, she will know. Because it's telling me that if she gets this job, which I see is a very good possibility, and she could make a little bit more money, possibly too. But she's gonna feel like she's got a threat to her safety. But I'm sure she probably feels that now, because when you work as in a corrections facility, your life is always at risk. You gotta have a lot of nerve to be in those places, right? But and you gotta be really strong and know your shit, right? And some people, they don't give a fuck. They love the challenge, which is cool. But I keep getting this is going to be a big change for her going back home and dealing with a place that she's never been in, you know, or the place that's a lot worse than where she is. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I'm getting in the cards. So I would say if she were to go to Staten Island, she can definitely get this job if she definitely puts in the effort and goes there because she has the qualifications. Like her resume is perfect for the job, right? They'll probably give it to her because she has a good resume and she's from New Jersey, right? But what I see here is like she might be disappointed when she starts to work there and feel like shit, this is a lot worse than where I came from. But at the end of the day, she'll get used to it and then she'll be fine, right? Which I'm seeing. But at first, she might be like, what the hell is going on here? So her faith in her decision might be tested. So hopefully that makes sense. Because I got this card twice, which is the Nine of Pentacles reverse, where a woman feels like she's like at a risk of doing what she's about to do. So she might be like kind of skeptical about her decision, or she might feel like when she gets there and starts to work there, she's like, what the hell? This place is a lot different than what I'm thinking about. Yeah. Because the Nine of Pentacles reverse is a woman who fears her safety and has bad faith in whatever's about to happen. You know? So, but she's definitely qualified for the job because I got the Three of Pentacles, which means she's very good at what she does. And the Six of Pentacles also means like they're willing to give her this job and give her good money. But she might be like kind of like it might be a big change for her going to this place. But I think she can handle it though. Because it tells me she's good at what she does. So it's not a negative thing. It's just like, well, yeah. See, being gangster and shit is good one way, and you might meet somebody that's a little too gangster for you, and then they might be like, yeah, look at this fresh, chick doing some the new chick. They might be like, oh yeah, you saw the new gangster wannabe that's at the corrections facility, our new corrections officer. Yeah, let's see how gangster she is. So but she might end up feeling like a little threat to her safety, but at the end of the day, I think she can handle it. Obviously, there's other people there, right? So it's not like she's taking care of the whole damn place. Yeah, I could never do that job either. My next door neighbor, he used to be my mom and dad's neighbor. His mom still lives there. My mom still lives there, but he's like maybe 2 years, maybe like 2 or 3 years younger than me. He's a big dude. He's bigger than me and taller than me. And he's a corrections officer. And I would have never thought in a million years he'd be a corrections officer because he's like the coolest, quietest guy you know. But he's a big dude. Well, if she loves living on the edge, this is the best. This is a good job for her. So I would say that she can get the job for sure. But at first, she might be like, holy shit, this is a little fucking crazy around here. But after that, I feel like she'll be okay. So it's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It's just that she has to like. I feel like it's a situation where she has to adapt. You know, she has to adapt to the whole thing, which is normal. Like when you go to a new place, a new job, you're gonna have to adapt to shit like that. So yeah, as far as that actual place, I would say she has a good chance of getting there. But at first, she might be like, "Oh wow, I gotta be extra gangster around this biatch." Yeah. Yeah, that ain't no. I don't want to be around no crazy fucking people locked up. No, no. They be taking out their frustrations on me. Uh-uh. I'll be carrying that Glock everywhere I go. Yeah, go ahead. Feed froggy, then leap over here. Now you couldn't pay me enough to do that shit. Hell no. I'm sure. I'm sure she's probably got a lot of stories. And she's probably gonna have a lot more when she goes to New Jersey. Cause you remember, Arizona is not New Jersey, and New Jersey isn't Arizona. And I don't live in the States, but I know Arizona's nothing like New Jersey. New Jersey's got like more gangsters and shit. At least I would say that. Cause I don't know no gangsters from Arizona. I know a lot of gangsters from Jersey and New York and shit like that. There's a lot of sick gangsters and shit out there. Arizona, I don't really know too many. I don't think they want to be locked up in that hellhole hot as shit. Hell no. You know? So, yeah. You're welcome, Lisa. I wish your friend luck. She's gonna need it. But yeah, I think she can hold her own. She'll be fine. Once she gets it down, I feel she'll know. Once she's there for like a month or two, she'll be cool. But it might be a little rocky in the beginning. Yeah. Well, to each their own. Mhm. Yeah, see that, Dan? Yeah. Oh, Texas has got some crazy ass people out there too. Texas got damn gangsters. Them damn fucking sick bastards down there too. I would not want to be down there. Hell no. Yeah, see 10 by 10 concrete bunkers with one bare window, yeah. One barred window, yeah. Well, when I was in the army here, there was probably like a 10 by 10 little room. I would say not even 10 by 10. I'd probably say like maybe 10 by 6 maybe. And I remember when I got locked up in the army for disrespecting the regimental sergeant major guy. I got locked up for 1 day in the cell, and I had to put on an orange jumpsuit. At least I got fed, and I had one window that was barred too, and it was hot as shit in there. Yeah, at least it was only one night. It was cool. No blanket, no pillow, no nothing. Just a bench, hard as shit. I barely slept. But it was cool. That's the only time I was in a cell. Yeah. But they said that doesn't go on your record because it's army shit. So I was like, cool, good. But yeah, I've heard the horror stories of people doing that shit. But not me. Hell no. I would not want to be no corrections officer. No, no. I don't want to be no cop. I don't want to be no part of the law. I don't want none of that. I don't want that life. Uh-uh. You can give me a gun, but and I still won't feel secure because too many crazy people out there. Sometimes that's a good thing, Lisa, because at least all your friends are different, and if you all need each other in each other's field, you got the that person. It's good to have different friends in different places because you might need them one day. Yeah. Well, that happened. I look back at all my friends from high school, and it's pretty. Uh, it's pretty like weird when you look at all of us like now and you're like, oh wow, they're doing this, they're doing that. I would have never thought they would have done this, and I never would have thought they done that. We all, when you're young, you say, oh yeah, what do you want to be? I want to be a pilot, or I want to be a fireman or a cop. And the person ends up being something totally fucking different. It's just like I say all the time. I would have never, in my wildest dreams, thought I'd be sitting here doing readings. If I was 18 and somebody told me, yeah, when you're like in your 40s, you're gonna have your YouTube channel. I wouldn't even know what the fuck YouTube was, but yeah, you're gonna be online and you're gonna do readings and shit. And you're gonna do this stuff a lot. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, whatever. Fuck you lying to. Don't lie to me, damn it. I don't want to do that dumbass shit. But like, yeah, man, you're gonna be a psychic. And you're gonna talk to dead people. And people are gonna ask you when their next boyfriend is coming in from what state. And then some dumbass is gonna ask you where they're gonna retire. And they think that tarot cards have maps on them. And then they're gonna ask you, how does this person feel about me today? No, you don't. Yeah, not me. See, I didn't really have anybody in my family that does like psychic stuff or anything. We knew of psychics and things like that, but I never really like would have imagined myself doing it, to be honest. Yeah, I'm sure, but when I look at it now, I say, well, it's not that bad because I always feared it, because I always was like doubting it my whole life because it's one thing when you get a reading and it doesn't happen, but when you do a reading for somebody and it happens, your whole aspect on it is like, but why? Why can't I get a fucking reading that works for me? Damn it. Why do I can read everybody else, but no one can read me, or I can't read myself? So it confuses you to a certain point, but then you got to realize that you're meant to just do what you're meant to do. Good night, Maria. Bestes. Bestes. You're welcome, sweetheart. Thank you. Exactly, Lisa. Yeah. It doesn't work like that. And that's why like I always got discouraged, because I'm good for everybody else, but I wasn't good to read myself. And then when other people read me, I'm like, well, why can't people read my love life? Why is my love life never been read properly? And then I say, well, I do what these people tell me to do, but it never works. So like it's like sometimes you just have to understand that you're not meant to be read in certain areas, that it's always going to be a mystery. And you have to understand that you're only meant to read others and others can't read you, or it's just the way it is. Gala, that's definitely what I say a lot. I say the same thing you say. Because if I could read myself, like, hell am I coming on here to read for nobody else? I just want to know about my life. I ain't give a shit about nobody else's. That was my first answer to myself. Now, if I can read myself, I don't give a shit about nobody else. I ain't coming on here aggravating you. You ain't aggravating me all damn day. I'm just gonna find out what the hell's happening with me and I'm going. But like you said, if that was the case, then nobody would really be out here. Yeah, see, that's like me. I can read tons of people, you know. I agree with that too, Lisa. I definitely agree with that because I the thing is I wish I sometimes I actually when somebody gives me a reading now, because I don't really go look for readings, I don't really ask anybody for readings, but if somebody gives me one or I end up wanting to get one day or I feel like getting one from somebody, the first thing I do is I ask spirit to allow that person to read for me and give me like some type of information. So I ask for spirit to grant them access to me, because I feel like I have to, because if I don't, I'm kind of like, let me see how good you are, which I shouldn't do that. And nobody should. You should like be open to be read so that way you get the answers. So that's my opinion on that. But sometimes spirit's gonna be like, no, no, I ain't giving you no answers, bro. You ain't knowing that shit. It ain't happening. Cause I've been read by a lot of readers that read me, but they only can read my career, family, regular life. But when it comes to love life, no one's got that right. And I feel like that's gonna be the mystery for until it happens. So, and when it does happen and has happened in the past, it's been like somewhat predicted, right? But it's still not like some people just say some random shit and what they see. But I feel like sometimes I just feel like sometimes it's in the cards and the reader has a no choice but to read the truth. So they're saying like, yeah, you're gonna find somebody, you're gonna be with somebody, blah 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 blah. But it's also my choice, right? I have free will to say, you told me that I'm gonna meet somebody this year and be in a relationship, so I can meet that person, get to know them, and I'm be like, nah. I know this psychic told me that I was gonna meet this person, and they totally described this person. But now that I see this person, and I can't see myself with this person, man. Hell no. So I have the free will to say, hell no, I don't want it. I don't want it now. You see what I mean? So you can tell me that I'm gonna meet somebody and I can be in a potential relationship with the person, which is true. But I still have the last word. I still have the last choice to say no. I don't want you. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of ways to look at it. Well, you know what, Lisa? When I say things like that on here, people think that I'm referring to them. So the last time I said things like that on here, some people thought I'm referring to them. But now you're saying the same thing that I've been saying all this time. And I keep telling people like that a lot of people on here are full of shit and they have these ways to bribe people and stuff. So when I say that and then people think I'm referring to somebody, they take it as in the wrong way. But what that is, that's the truth. There's a lot of people are all full of shit and they don't say the right things, or they don't want to offend you, or they don't want to tell you the truth. So I'm not that person. I'm going to tell you yes or no, and I'm going to try and figure out what can I tell you, or what can I offer you, and see if we can figure something out like we just did. Yeah, I agree, Gala. I agree totally. And like they say, nothing's set in stone, right? And that's the thing, nothing is set in stone. That's why I just said I have free will to say no to your reading. Like you could tell me I'm gonna meet this chick and we're gonna, pop it off good, and we're gonna be like dating and we're gonna have a great time, and I can potentially, be more with her. It's up to me. Okay, cool. And then I end up being with her and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't want this chick no more because she was eating Kentucky Fried Chicken in front of me, licking her fingers, and then taking the buns home in a bag in her purse so she can give it to her dog. Like, I can't date a girl like that. I'm sorry. I can say something like that, even though I find that kind of cool that she's gonna give it to her dog when she gets home. But I'm just using that crazy example. Yeah, I see that too, Lisa. Yeah. Dad's like, wait, I dated that girl. Okay, Lisa, cool. Well, that's nice of you to do that for your friend. I don't know why I got that image in my mind to say it, but yeah. But you know what I mean? Like a psychic can tell you so many things, but it's still up to you at the end of the day. So when somebody bullshits you, like when somebody bullshits you in a reading, you still gotta realize that you can go against that bullshit and still do what you want, you know? So sometimes people say there is no right or wrong answer. But to me there is a right answer there's a right answer to the right question. But if you ask a question in a certain way, like most people will say, what's coming for me in love? And when people say that, I make fun of them and then I ask it in the way it's supposed to be asked. Because when you say to me, what's coming for me in love, could be a lot of things. You could love money, you could love hoes, you could love male strippers, you can love food, you can love cats and dogs and animals. So there's love. That love could be coming towards you. You have to be more specific. You got to say, is there a potential love partner, male, coming into my life anytime soon that I can be in a love relationship with? And if you ask me, do you have love coming in? I'm gonna tell you, yeah. And then if you tell me, I want to know how the month of July is gonna be, I'm gonna tell you, well, you're gonna have to pay bills. If not, you're gonna get in trouble. You might get your shit turned off. Or you're gonna have to eat every day, or else you're gonna get hungry. You might want to drink some water, and I'll just, be sarcastic and make a joke, right? To lighten up the mood, so you don't think that you're gonna get the worst reading of your life. But the way you ask things reflects on the answer. So that's why when some people ask me a question, I ask it to the cards the right way. And I think that's also a problem that psychics have is they ask the question like the person says, and you have to analyze it and have common sense to ask it in the correct way. And if you don't know how you're gonna answer it, all you gotta do is say, Spirit, just give me the answer to this stupid ass question, please. When it's a question that I can't figure out, I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Which is not very often because I do have people coming here with common sense. So what I'll do is I'll be like, look, just please, Spirit, give me the answer to this. Just tell me if it's yes or no or whatever. Just give me some cards so I can just tell them what I see. Like, because if not, I ain't really going to deal with this bullshit. That's one of the reasons why I don't do like free questions and stuff like that. Because people be asking some whack ass shit, you know? So ask some civilized shit and then we'll be all right. Hey, Alexandra, how you doing? I got your donation. Don't be feeling like that, please. There you go, Marky. Oops, wrong card. So, yeah, I mean, most people want to hear about a miracle, but you can. You can hear about a miracle. You might just get the best reading of your life. And I hope and pray for that every time I read for somebody. I genuinely want to give somebody a good reading. And there's some people in here where they're like, I fucking can't stand getting a reading from Mark, man. Because he never has no good news for me. He never tells me about no fucking fairy tale stories. Shit, man. And then some people, when they finally get a good reading, they're like, holy shit, Mark, this is the best reading you ever gave me. Are everything okay? Like, they're like, finally, shit, this guy's got some good fucking news for me for once. And I feel bad sometimes for the people I read for because they never get no good shit, you know? And I'm like, fuck, man, what do you want me to do? Like, you want me to lie to you? Like, one thing I'll never forget is in January 2020 and December 2019, I used to do all the signs readings, right? Back then. And in January 2020, in December, it was already happening where people were getting like kind of like bad readings and shit. But it was like a overall, every sign was getting some bad shit. So people are like, fuck, Mark, I think you need to take a break because all you do is give us negative shit for all signs. And I'm like, well, if it's negative shit, I'm sorry to tell you, we're going to have some negative times coming up. So then February came and the same shit was happening. And then next thing you know, COVID hit. And then people came in my room and said, Mark, now we know why. We got negative shit. COVID's here. And then that year, that whole year, when I was doing readings, everything people would ask me, is this gonna stop? Is it gonna get better? How is my life gonna be after COVID? Or is this gonna happen? Like people were going nuts in here during that year. And I had started reading in September of 2019. See? So I was like forced by my friends to come on here in September when I started in 2019 on here. But I was already in the chats, but I started my own channel in September 2019. So God already put me here before the bullshit occurred because he was preparing me to do this job because I won't be able to do my current job because of COVID. But I never figured that out until afterwards because I never really like put two and two together. But that's what happened. And during those negative readings, I was so upset for giving them, but I could never lie about it. So I was like, fuck, man, I'm going to stop doing readings like on here for a little while. But then that backfired because then COVID hit. And then everybody was like, Mark, remember all those bad readings in January for all the signs? Now we know why. COVID's here. And I'm like, well, we guys got to face it all together. And we did. We faced it all together. Everybody was home on lockdown. Everybody was in here in the chat. We were all trying to encourage each other, tell each other get well soon. People were coming in here saying my uncle died, my sister died, my mom, my dad. Man, it was a fucking hell. It was a hell year. I never want to remember that shit ever. Like, cause people were coming in here and telling me, oh, Mark, this person passed away. And that's probably the year I did the most mediumship readings ever. And the following year. But it's amazing what spirit does. They allow you to prepare yourself. Like if you I feel like those who have gifts, real gifts, get prepared in real time and get prepared ahead of time to deal with everyone in the long run. Like how God prepared me months before COVID. See what I'm saying? Because when I started on here in September 2019, it was all positive readings. It was fine right up until December and then January and February and so forth. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Like how can this be possible? I've been put in this predicament. And a lot of people had to change their profession at the time because they couldn't do their current profession. So they had to go and do something else. They had to revert to something else to make money. So God already put me in that position, knowing that I was going to be in that position. And when I look back on it, that's why I believe in God more and more every day. And I believe in spirit more and more every day. And I realize that nothing's really a coincidence. It's going to happen because it's supposed to happen. You see what I'm saying? So that's my story, you know? Yeah, that's the thing. Some people had to work super hard during COVID because they were an essential worker. So it benefited the people who worked hard. It was like I feel like COVID was a reward to people who really were real true workers and real true people. That's what I truly believe. Like it happened for a reason to me. Like I feel like a lot of people got to witness what life is like, working hard and having to change their life, change their perspective, change their work, change their job to make money. And for some people, it was a disaster completely. You know? Exactly. Yeah. See, I was in a lot. I had just, I had my maintenance business, and I was doing electrical at the time, and my job requires me going to people's houses to do work, so I couldn't. You know. Yeah, I understand that, Lisa, but like at the end of the day, at least you still had your job. You know what I mean? Whereas there was people out there like me who couldn't go to people's houses to make work. So I was fucked. So I had no choice but to be a psychic for months, to do this type of work and be on here for months and months until like there was a breakthrough where we got to like where I got to get out of my house and go work at someone else's, but with a fucking mask on. So you see what I mean? I'm talking like from my experience where I couldn't go out there and work. I wish I was an essential worker or had a job to go to every day, but I didn't. But I had a job on here, I made it my job. So I had to change my whole life. But see, God already changed my life before I got to that point. So that's why I'm so grateful and thankful. And I show so much gratitude to Spirit for putting me and nudging me into this field that I wanted nothing to do with. You see what I mean? But now I say to myself, now I know why I'm here. You know. And trust me, it's not the perfect job either, because you always get fucking idiots in here to aggravate you, like I've had in the past. But I can handle it. I'm a grown boy. I'm a grown man. I mean, I'm a good boy. Alexandra, I got your donation. Thanks, sweetie. You can ask your question when you're ready. Good. I'm glad you needed to hear that. Gotti said, thankfully you worked at a quarantine facility, so you was in a good place. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I couldn't go nowhere. I was on complete lockdown, and it was a very difficult time because I had to take care of my nephews, and they were young, and my sister and her husband at the time, they both worked in a grocery store, so they were essential workers. They had to go to work every day. And then when they came home, we were at risk because they could have brought COVID home, which they did twice. And it was very rough for us. So we had to deal with that shit. And then like at the end of the day, I still feel like I was very blessed to be put in a predicament where I can stay home and make money and do this. So that COVID changed my life and changed my whole perspective on being a medium and a psychic and a reader on here. It made my whole life change. Whereas I said to myself, now I know why I'm here. Because I was pushed here because I'm going to need the work and need the money and need the challenge because I couldn't do anything else. Hey, Lucky, welcome back. Nope. I never got the vaccine, though. Okay, Lisa, good talking to you, sweetheart. Take care. No problem. Now, that's something I never wanted and never will get. My vaccine was God and will always be. My mentality, I was the only one in my family that didn't get it, and still the only one in my family that didn't get it. All right, so Alexander, you said, okay, so they never wrote me back after that message I was asking if I should send the other night. Checking on him, and the last night I was like, hey, are you alive? And I didn't get a response for a couple hours, so I basically followed up with later on. It just didn't seem like you're interested anymore. So I'm guessing, I'm just wondering, has he completely shut the door because all the readings have seemed positive, but he just completely ignored my messages? That's weird as shit. I don't know why he would do something like that. All right, well, let's check his energy and see what's going on. Let's see what's going on with Zane. Zane the Pain. Right. And that's what the cards were saying, that he was going to be communicating and everything was going to be great. See, that's free will, you know? Free will changes everything. He probably was like, look, I'm scared of this chick. Let me get out of here. Or maybe something happened. We're going to check. We'll see how he's doing. Hmm. Okay. Ah, good Lord. Well, it looks like he might be sick. And that's probably why he's not communicating with you. One of the reasons why is he's feeling sick. But that's still no excuse not to text. You're still looking at your phone, right? So I'm getting that he's sick and he's trying to clear away some old shit and some past resentments that he has. What I'm getting here, to be honest, is like he has nothing against you personally. He looks at you as somebody who he's comfortable with. He looks at you as somebody who has dignity, somebody who's nice, generous, somebody who's like he feels he could be with. But he's trying to overcome his fear of relationship, fear of being with somebody. He feels like he has to like make sure he's really over the last situation he was. Yeah, see, so he's checking, right? And I don't know why people do that, because it's like, I'm here. I don't know, man. Some people are fucking whack. But it looks like he still feels some type of way about his ex. I don't know if he ever talked to you. I think he did talk to you about your ex, right? About his ex, I mean. So I'm still getting like, I'm still getting like him hung up over the ex, or still worrying about the ex, or still dealing with her. Like I don't think they're like trying to get together or nothing, but I just think that he like he's yeah, he hasn't mentioned any ex. You did, right? So I think that his ex is in the way. I think that his ex is like must have really done something wrong to him where he just doesn't want to be. Like I said, I don't see him having anything wrong with you. I just think that he still has like these nightmares about that chick, and he's just trying to overcome the whole thing. It's weird though, because I'm not getting he has anything wrong with you. He just like has problems with his past relationship, and he doesn't know how to get over it or how to deal with getting over it and moving on. Let me see if that's actually what I see here, because it's weird. Mm. Hmm. It's telling me that, because I asked, is his ex like still like trying? Is he still communicating with her? And it says yes, he is communicating with her. So that's why he's finding it difficult. So I'm still getting that. I asked if he's still communicating with his ex or talking to her or something like that, or that is that the real reason? And that's what I got. I got a yes that he is communicating with her. I do see him communicating with you eventually. I still get him communicating with you eventually, but it might be like in the next couple of days he might communicate with you. I get a yes, he will communicate with you again. I don't think he's ghosting you completely, but I do see him communicating with you again. Just right now he feels like, he's disappointed. And I do see some drinking going on, so he could be drinking and shit, very disappointed, trying to make adjustments. He's just hanging there like seeing what the hell's going on. So I think he needs to sort out his shit first with the ex, and then I think he'll communicate with you again. But where it goes from there, I don't know. And what I'm also hearing is the ex might have found out that he's talking to you, and then she probably butted in to see if she can like somehow get his attention away from you. And meanwhile, you're doing the same thing. You're talking to your ex too. So both of you are talking to your exes. But the thing is, you can handle doing both, but I don't think he can. Yeah. But that's probably why he didn't mention his ex, because there was still communication there. And he was probably like, well, I got to see where this goes first. But that's what the cards say, that he knows about it. Like she knows that he was around you. And so it kind of made her want to talk to him and see what was going on. And then now he's got to make a choice or see whatever he's got to do. And I mean, it's still dumb of him to do that, right? Like, why just not communicate? Why just not communicate? Like, that's dumb. But that's the answer. Is that's why he's not communicating? Is because he's still trying to sort out things with his ex, and they're definitely talking. I got that. But I do see him communicating with you in the next couple days. I mean, he's got to say something soon. Well, he doesn't have to, but I feel like he is because the cards always say yes, that he will. So I guess you're gonna have to wait a couple days. Now I don't see him shutting the door. No, I don't see that. I never saw that, and I don't see it now. Like I said, he has nothing against you personally, and I still feel like he's gonna yeah, I agree with Travis, but let me check one more thing. Hold on a sec. Do these two know each other by any chance? Does Travis know Zane? Does Zane know Travis? Okay. Yeah, because I mean, the cards that I get here again is like him, and he's sad, he's in trouble, like he doesn't feel himself, he doesn't feel well. I keep getting like he might be sick or not feeling well, and he feels like he can't make a decision right now. But like I said, he has nothing against you. He thinks that you're a great woman. He thinks you're good. He thinks you're, you know, he thinks very good things about you. It's just that he needs to like sort out the situation with his ex and whatever else he's dealing with. That's what I'm getting. So yeah, okay, good. Yeah, I just had to like make sure that these two didn't know each other because I remember you saying that you met him at a party that you were supposed to go with Travis, but you didn't. So I had to make sure I cleared up what I was thinking. So I thought that maybe like you went with him or you went with his friend. Like these guys probably knew of each other or something. Right? They came from the same scene. Like that. That's what it was. Because I asked if they knew each other and they told me no. But I remember you saying something about like both were supposed to deal. You didn't deal with one, but I couldn't remember. But now I remember now. You said you at the same. Yeah, you met him at the same scene. Yeah. One didn't go, the other one went. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, Alexander, that's what I see. You're welcome, sweetheart. So I would say be patient a couple more days, and I think he will contact you and let you know everything. And I'm not getting anything like I don't get that he hates you or doesn't want you. Like he feels great about you as a person. It's just that I think he's got, majority of the readings I've done for people, it's always the person, it's never really the person that is asking. It's usually the person that you're dealing with that has the issues, right? And that's why you ask because that person obviously is something wrong if they're not speaking to you, right? Well, I mean, it's okay to say it. I would say it if I were you. I don't think it's crazy you said that. No. If you're not fucking answering me, I'm gonna tell you that too. I'm gonna be like, "What? You ain't answer me? Must not be interested no more. At least you could fucking tell me." I would do it too. Hell yeah. That's why I ain't got no damn one. So, but what the fuck's wrong with you? You don't know me no more. I didn't give you no D. Now you're mad. Hey Maria, how you doing, sweetie? You good? Yes, that's our Aquarius shit. That's how I pop off at least. So I ain't gonna grudge you for that. I do the same thing. I'll be like, what, you don't talk? I've texted you twice. You don't say nothing or what the fuck they do to you? That's what I would say. I would say, what the F I done to you? I wouldn't even text. I'll be calling. Your phone will be blowing up. You'll answer it. And if you don't answer, that means you ain't that no answer is an answer. That's what I would have done back in the day. But now, if you don't respond, and I'll be like, yeah, good. That's my answer. Nothing. Good. That's what you are to me now. You took out your own self. Good. That's how I feel personally. My weekend was good, Maria. It was really good. I chilled out with my nephews. I went to work yesterday on an island and did this job. It was pretty cool. Working on an island at a house with my friends. And then I went swimming yesterday and today in the pool. The water's like bath water. It's like going into a warm bathtub. All you need is soap. But yeah, it's been hot as shit here, like 90 degrees. Yeah, I love swimming too. I like just hanging in the pool, swimming around, exercising in there, stretching out. I love being in there. Yeah, it feels like bath water because it's so fucking hot here. That's why I go in there like about maybe like I went in there today at 4 o'clock, so it was kind of still hot. Only 90. 90 is bad here because it's 90 degrees and 80% humidity. So it's like 100. Oh, I know. Texas is like 110 and shit. Fuck that. No, no. I ain't going. I ain't going out like that. I ain't going nowhere where it's hotter than here, cause it's hot as fucks here. Where the humidity is the biggest killer here. Like it could be like 80 something degrees and 60 humidity and it'll be nice. It won't be that bad or a little breeze or something. But when it's like 90 degrees and like 80 humidity, you're like, what the fuck? I'm staying inside. I just went into the oven and came back out. I hate that shit. Yeah, I can't stand. This year has been like these past 2 months have been hot as hell, where it's normally not like that. Because our hottest months here are August and September. So if it's 90 now, we might even reach 100 here for the first time. Because it's hot as hell this year. Some people are saying like it's never been this hot this early. But I beg to differ. Because I work outside, so I knew. And it's been hot like this before. It's definitely been hot like this before. But some people always complain. They're like, it's never been this hot. I was like, because your ass don't go outside. Try going outside every day like me and working this shit. You'll definitely want to run. Fuck you talking about? It's hot like this every year. But I have to admit, it has been like super hot, super early. But usually when you have a early summer, you have an early winter. So I'll take that any day. Because winter here, it doesn't get cold like that. We don't get snow and all that bullshit. But the only thing I fear when it's really hot like this is hurricanes. But thank God we ain't had nothing develop around here. That shit can go somewhere else. Leave me alone. I pray that none of us are in the line of a hurricane. I really do. I pray for everybody in this house, in this room, that you never get a hurricane this year and it goes somewhere else and just swims around some other damn place. Give me a break. Leave me alone. I want 1 year where I don't get no fucking hurricane, not even close. I hope that this is the year it happens. Because when it gets hot like this, I get scared. I'm like, yep, hurricanes getting up, forming and fucking everything up. I'm gonna have to deal with this bullshit. But thank God nothing's happened so far. So it's still too early. But last year, at the end of August, we got a hurricane, and that was our only one. And then after that, nothing happened. So last year was like a record for me where it was only one hurricane. And I was like, thank God. And it wasn't even that bad. But we've had some bad ones, and I pray to God that we don't. How about you, Maria? How was your weekend? Good? Did you get all your cleaning done and the house all sorted out? This damn dog is right here, right underneath me. I can't even move the chair that much. And she's sprawled out on the tile and she's licking her chops. What's wrong with you? Why don't you get your ass to your bed and stop laying on the tile? She's like, look, Mark, shut up. I'm on the tile because it's nice and cool, bro. It was good? Okay, good. You're not ready to go work tomorrow? Yeah, I know. Mondays are shitty. I don't like Mondays. I gotta do a lot of shit tomorrow. Tomorrow's a very busy day for me. I'm not really like looking forward to going there. I'm going anywhere tomorrow. But anyway, it's 12:20 here. I'm gonna go get my ass to bed. I've had enough tonight. Yeah, Diamond's talking trash. You should see her. She's like, it's like she's eating. It's like a horse eating hay. He's damn dog, man. I tell you. All right, guys. I'm gonna go get. At least last night I got some really good sleep. I left here last night. Marley was on live last night late. And then I stayed up and hung out with all those guys yesterday, last night, and then I went straight to bed and I woke up. I went to bed like probably 1:30 in the morning. And then I woke up at 9:10. I couldn't believe it. I slept through the whole night without getting up once. I shut my eyes. It was like 1:30 something, and then I opened my eyes and I looked over and I said, "There's no way." It said 9:10. I was like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me. This is a miracle." I actually slept for like 7 hours straight. I was like, thank God. I needed it. What did I have for dinner? I had pork chops and potato salad and squash. My mommy made it. I did the pork chops on the barbecue. My mom made the potato salad and the squash. She marinated the pork chops and got them. I just did them on the barbecue with some barbecue sauce. It was pretty good. I ate it for lunch and for dinner. We made a lot. We made like 10 pork chops. I had two for lunch and one for dinner. And then my parents had two each. Yeah, I think we had like eight pork chops or 10. I can't remember. I don't know. Anyway, I had three. And then I had potato salad was really good and the squash was really good too. So yeah, that's what I had for lunch and dinner. Same thing. I had pizza on Friday night, I think. Oh no, no. Pork chops are marinated in white wine, garlic, paprika. What else does she use? Italian dressing. She mixes it all up and puts it in there. That's what it's marinated in. She marinates it overnight. And then while it's cooking, I put barbecue sauce on it. It was delicious. I should have took a picture of it actually, but I didn't. Salt and pepper is boring. You got to put wine in that stuff. Wine and garlic. That good shit. She put salt and pepper on there. I know she done. Or seasoning salt. That's what she uses. But she marinates everything in wine and stuff. There was a lot of garlic in there. My mom loves using garlic. But the potato salad was the bomb. Yeah. She does it the Portuguese way. Because once you go Portuguese, you beg please. All right. On that note, I'm going to sleep. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you have a wonderful Monday. Hope you had a good weekend. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And if you guys see Teresa, it's her birthday tomorrow. So you can say happy birthday to Teresa. And Teresa, if you see this live, happy birthday. Hope you had a great birthday. Oh, it's tomorrow, but yeah. It's already Monday here because it's 12:25. Yeah, if you see Teresa, it's her birthday. Wish her a happy birthday. Hey Fiona, how you doing? I'm just about to leave. Good night. I hope you're good. Yeah, it's Teresa's birthday. If you see her tomorrow in the chats or later on today, you guys can say hello to her. Yeah, so in our countries, it's Teresa's birthday. All right, guys, take care. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm gonna go get some sleep. My eyes are like ready to go. Night night.